Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a topic that is literally reshaping our world as we speak: artificial intelligence. I mean, it's in our headlines, it's on our phones, and it's kicking up some of the biggest questions of our time. So let's break it all down: what it is, where it came from, and what might be coming next.
When you boil it all down, it comes back to this one huge question, the one that's been driving this whole field forever. What does it actually mean for a machine to think? It's a question that has jumped from the pages of philosophy books right into the code that's running our world. And if you can get your head around that, you can understand all of this.
So here's our roadmap. First, we're going to try to nail down what thinking even means in this context. Then we'll journey back to see where this idea started. We'll look at the epic moments when machines beat humans at their own games, then find the AI that's already in your life, and finally, we'll peek over the horizon at this new creative frontier.
Okay, so first things first. Before we can talk about the history or the wild future, we need to be on the same page. We've got to lay some groundwork and figure out what we actually mean when we say artificial intelligence.
At its core, this is the classic definition. AI is basically the science of getting computers to do stuff that, until now, has really required a human brain. We're talking about learning, solving problems, seeing patterns, understanding what we're saying. It's all about mimicking human intelligence. But, and this is a big but, it's not all the same.
And that brings us to a really key difference you have to understand. On one side, you have what's called narrow AI. This is the AI we have right now, today. It's your Siri or Alexa, it's Netflix recommendations, it's facial recognition. It can be brilliant, but only at one specific job. On the other side, there's the big dream, general AI, a machine that has a flexible, human-like intelligence. For now, that is still firmly in the realm of science fiction.
All right, with that definition locked in, let's hit the rewind button. Because the story of AI doesn't start with a silicon chip. It starts way earlier, as an idea, a philosophical question that took decades to slowly morph into actual working computer programs.
So the actual term artificial intelligence gets coined back in the 1950s, but the thinking was already there. You have brilliant minds like Alan Turing asking, could a machine ever fool us into thinking it's human? That's his famous Turing test. And pretty soon, we had the first attempts, like a program from 1966 called ELIZA. It acted like a therapist, and people were kind of blown away. But here's the trick. ELIZA didn't understand a single word. It was just an incredibly clever pattern matcher.
For a really long time, AI was mostly stuck in university labs. But then came these incredible moments, these high-profile showdowns that grabbed the entire world's attention. They proved, without a doubt, that machines were becoming serious contenders in games that were once purely the domain of human genius.
Just picture it. It's 1997. Garry Kasparov, arguably the greatest chess player of all time, a master of intuition and deep strategy, sits down at the board, and his opponent isn't a person, it's a machine. This was so much more than a game. It was this huge symbolic clash of man versus machine.
And Deep Blue won. This was a shock to the system. And it wasn't just because it could calculate moves quickly. What really stunned people was that the machine seemed to have strategy. It felt like it was thinking ahead. This moment forced everyone to consider that AI could be more than just a glorified calculator.
Now, you'd think winning at chess is the peak. But chess, as complex as it is nothing compared to the ancient game of Go. I mean, Go has more possible moves than there are atoms in the known universe. You can't win by just brute force calculation. It's a game of intuition, of feeling. It was seen as the next great frontier.
And yet, less than 20 years later, in 2016, a program called AlphaGo did what many thought was impossible. It beat Lee Sedol, a world champion. This wasn't just another step. It was a giant leap. AlphaGo made moves that pros called creative, even beautiful. It wasn't just playing the game better than a human. It was playing it differently.
So, these massive man versus machine battles are amazing. But let's bring this down from the world stage and into your world. Because the children of Deep Blue and AlphaGo aren't just sitting in research labs anymore. They are right here, right now, in your pocket, quietly shaping your life every single day.
Just think about it for a second. Every time you type something into Google,
AI ranks your results. That perfect playlist Spotify makes that just gets you. That's AI. The text from your bank warning you about potential fraud. AI. Your smart assistant, medical tools that find diseases earlier than a human eye can, it's all powered by AI. It's become the invisible engine of our modern world.
So, if that's where we are now, what's next? Well, we're stepping into a brand new phase, what everyone is calling the age of generative AI. And this is where things get really wild, because AI is moving beyond just understanding and analyzing data to actually creating brand new things. I mean, just look at what's possible today. We have AI that can paint a masterpiece from a single sentence you write. It can compose music that sounds like it was written by a person. It can write working computer programs. It can even write poetry. These are things that we've always thought were uniquely, fundamentally human.
And that, of course, leads to the giant question hanging over everything. When an AI generates a beautiful image, is it actually being creative? Or is it just the world's most sophisticated mimic, mashing together the billions of human creations it was trained on? It's a tough one. And honestly, nobody really agrees on the answer.
And so that kind of leaves us here. We started this whole journey asking if a machine can think. But maybe, just maybe, that's not the most important question anymore. The real question for us right now is how these powerful tools are going to change the way we think, the way we work, the way we create. And that's a story that is being written as we speak.